Ready? Okay, I'm recording. Season's greetings. This is a story called The Dead White European Male. I am calling my father to try and make arrangements for Christmas. Making arrangements for Christmas with my father is never straightforward. When I was young, my father was a civil servant. He was normal. Then in his 50s, he discovered Buddhism, free love, and communal living. And my mother discovered that he was a total jerk. Since my mother's death, Crohn's disease, 2012, my father has come to us every Christmas. One year he gave the boys vulture feathers. Another year, a hand-drawn star map. When the eldest was only 5 years old, he gave him a bow and arrow, which he had made himself. My wife was appalled. I thought he was supposed to be a pacifist, she said. A narco-syndicalist, I corrected her. Last year, he brought nothing but taught the boys how to tie knots and braided their hair. My mother was right. He is a total jerk. The boys absolutely love him. He's not sure if he'll be able to make it for Christmas. He is busy working on his personal Dharma memoir. That's fine, I say. My wife insisted we invite him, but if he can't come, that's perfect. Win-win. He has a girlfriend who is younger than me. She's Chinese. He'd prefer it if she was Japanese, but there aren't many Japanese living in Sheffield. She was a waitress, his girlfriend. Her name is something Chinese, but he calls her Tara, after the Buddhist goddess of compassion, which she doesn't seem to mind. Basically, he seems to have found a replacement for the 1950s housewife, which was my mother, but which is now no longer available in this country, and is available now only on import. Tara wears a lot of heavy red lipstick and wears vintage. He has quite a cough on the phone. I ask him if he's okay. He says he's fine, nothing that green tea and his herbal remedies can't cure. He is extremely fit. He has the body of a 20-year-old, a wild, unkempt holy man beard, and all the physical confidence of someone who spends most of his time outside, growing organic vegetables on his allotment, chopping wood, riding his bike, and going on what he calls walkabouts, which are in fact walking holidays with his Buddhist friends in the Lake District. The rest of the time he studies koans, circulates unfunny emails, and drinks malt whiskey. He leaves the housework to Tara. On the phone, he talks to me in the strange, clipped manner that he has long since adopted, refusing to contract verbs, using only the simplest words and syntax. He is talking to me about the depth of time and how we live in a universe of millions of universes that go on, and how reincarnation and rebecoming is really all about the deep space within us and outside, and the history of the universe within. And I say I have to go and pick up the boys from football. He says something in Sanskrit, which is how he always begins and ends his phone conversations, and I can imagine him there looking at me, slightly squinting, just as he looked at me as a child, with his pale blue eyes, which my mother always said was what attracted her to him. And that was the last time we spoke. He died a week later. He died at peace, Tara told me. We had made love and he was resting, which was too much information. He was a very generous lover, she said. Way too much information. A very generous man. At his funeral, the boys read a poem they had written for him, comparing him to Father Christmas. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I misjudged him. Maybe I had failed to understand the whole thing. My only consolation, of course, is that he's maybe coming back round again. So maybe this time I'll get a chance to appreciate him. At this time of year, I find myself looking for him everywhere, but he is nowhere to be found.